Baig trivia time. Grab your friends and play it online. With Ali and Gina and Taco just for you. It's Baig trivia time, and we're feeling alright. Okay, come on, let's play.
All right. Hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday evening. My name is Ollie with Baig Entertainment. Thank you so much for being here with us tonight for our special Wednesday night general knowledge trivia raising funds for the Wellington Kiwanis. We're going to talk all about that here in just a few minutes. But before we dive into any details about why we're here or how the game is played, I want to make sure that everybody out there, if you haven't yet, you now join our online interactive game website. You won't actually be answering any trivia questions here on YouTube. You'll be answering them via this website. It's very simple to get to. If you're not there already, you can simply open up your internet browser and go to crowd.live and then put in the code 91521A. Or you can click on the link that is in the description of this video just down below. That'll take you directly to the front screen, just like if you were to type it in manually. Now, however you get to the website, once you're there, it's going to look the same for everybody. It's going to ask you for 4 pieces of information. The first 2 are required. The last 2 are optional but fun. The first one says enter your nickname. What we're looking for here is the name that you want to go by in today's trivia competition. Whatever you put, line number 1 is what everyone will see. So make sure you keep that in mind when you make your team name up. Secondly is your email address. Now, unlike the first one, this one's completely private. This is basically just so in case you get kicked out of the game, if your internet freezes or your browser closes, as long as you rejoin with the same email address and the same team name at the top, you'll continue earning points rather than having to start over. Last but not least, I just always like to see where participants are joining us from when we do online trivia. I'm right outside of Chicago in Illinois. I imagine we're going to have a few people here tonight from Florida. I already see a few in here, Lake Worth. I see Wellington, so that makes sense. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thanks for being here. Once you've filled this out, click on go, and you're going to see this screen here. It says the game will begin shortly, and that is what tells you that you're all set. There's nothing else that you need to do at this time except hang tight while we go over what we're doing here and how this game is played. So in the meantime, let me come back on the screen and say hello one more time. My name is Ollie with Baig Entertainment. I will be your host this evening. I'm not alone in the room, though. So you probably saw Taco earlier. Usually I say that he's not even a co-host. He's a cheerleader. But I don't even think he's a cheerleader tonight. I think he is an innocent bystander that is allowing this to happen while he's in his presence.
Fetch me my slippers.
Yeah, I haven't seen a comfier looking dog in quite a while. But anyway, my wife's also here in the room with us, Gina. So thank you all for being here. As I mentioned briefly earlier, we're here to have some fun. It's a special Wednesday night trivia event. But we're also raising funds for the Kiwanis. So as you can see up in the corner, our good friend Maribeth reached out and wanted to help raise some funds for the Kiwanis in Wellington, specifically for what they're doing in the community, helping out the Boys and Girls Club and providing scholarships to local students. Everyone knows that right now, every single organization out there is struggling. We can't host giant fundraisers in person just yet. Hopefully we get there soon. But in the meantime, we love hosting these online trivia events because it gives you an opportunity to come together. You can chat with each other on YouTube there in the live chat box. Feel free to talk, just don't give away any answers there in the chat box. And also, we're going to have some fun. We're playing some trivia. There's a good competition that's about to be had. So let me jump up in the corner, and I'm going to tell you how this game works. So by now, hopefully, if you're out there, you've joined the online game website. Once again, it's at the bottom of the screen. If you haven't yet, you can do that now. Excuse me. Tonight's game is general knowledge trivia. So these questions are about anything and everything. Some of these questions will be pretty simple, and some of these questions are meant to be tough. It is a competition. Now, all of the questions are mixed up. We'll get some easy ones in the beginning and some tough ones in the beginning. And then as the game goes on, you'll never know what's going to come at you. All sorts of categories of questions are included tonight. We've got sports, history, pop culture, TV, film, music, geography, science, all sorts of random questions, varying difficulties, as I just mentioned. The one thing that every question does have in common tonight is that they are all multiple choice. And what that means is I'll ask you a question. You'll see it here on the screen and on your device. You'll have a second to think about it, and then I'll start the question timer. Once the timer begins, that's when you'll see 4 answer options appear on the screen. Only one of them will be correct, and your job is to choose the answer that is correct. If you do that successfully, you will earn yourself points up to 150 per question. Now, the kicker here is the faster you answer, the more points you'll earn. So you'll see this as we do the practice question in just a minute, but once the timer begins, you'll have 30 seconds to choose either A, B, C, or D. Once you lock that answer in, you cannot switch it to a different answer. So if you click A is your answer. And it's important that you do it as quickly as you can because, as I mentioned, as the timer is decreasing, so is the value of that question's points. It starts at 150 points per question, and it starts to decrease as soon as the timer begins. So that's all the explaining I'm going to do about how this works, because the very first question we're about to do is a practice question. And all that means is that it's not actually going to be worth any points. Everything else about it will work just like the rest of the game. It'll give you an idea of how the system looks and feels before we actually dive into the real questions. So with that said, let me throw the first question up on the screen. Question number 1. This is our practice question. As I mentioned, it's not worth any points, hence what it is. What is the name of your host today? That's me. Notice you don't see any answer options on the screen yet because I haven't started that timer. But I'll start the timer now, and you're going to choose from these 4 answers. What is my name? Is it John, Ringo, Paul, or Ali? What is the name of your host this evening? Not the adorable little cuddle muffin over here. He is fully sleeping now. He does not care what's going on around. Oh, I woke him up. And he's asleep again. To be a dog, to be able to wake up and fall back asleep in 1 second.
Oh, yeah, dogs.
You wouldn't happen to know what that's like, would you? All right. Everybody's in. Let's take a look. 1 person said John, 2 people said Ringo, and 5 people correctly said Ali. Great job, my friends. We're off to a fantastic start. Now, the one thing I haven't mentioned yet, some of you might have already done this even before the game, or if you haven't yet, I want to give you this information. We are here, again, playing for fun, but we're playing to raise funds for the Kiwanis, and the information to do that is in the description of this video. I'm also going to put it in the chat just so you have the links handy, but you can donate either via Zelle. I'm sorry, I don't know why this didn't update. It should be in the description of this video. Let me grab these links really quick. That's the whole reason we're here. I want to make sure we have those there. I'm also going to paste them in the chat before we get this rocking and rolling. So you can donate either via PayPal or via Zelle. As I've always known it, Quick Pay, but now there's Zelle. You know, it works. It's all going to the same place. Here we go. So now, if you look in the description of this video, I do apologize, it's in there now, and I've put it here in the chat. All right, fantastic. Here we go, my friends. The real questions are starting now. We're going to do about 5 of these questions, and then we'll take a look at the standings. We're not going to make you wait all the way till the end. I'll give you updates throughout the game. Question number 2, the first real question of the evening. This one you do need to look at the picture for. What music legend changed his name to the unpronounceable symbol shown here in the early 90s? We're going to start it off with what I think is a pretty easy question. What music legend changed his name to this symbol in the early 90s? Was it Prince, Tupac, Bono, or Sting? All right, everybody's in. Sorry, I went silent there for a minute. I was fixing one other thing that somebody just pointed out. This video wasn't listed as public, so now everybody can see it. Plenty of people could find it before with the link, but now, even if you don't have the link, you can hang out and play. So, let's go over the questions and the answers to round one. Question number one, as I suspected, but I didn't want to be too sure, we did not struggle here. In fact, every single person got it right. Great job, Prince! The artist formerly known as the artist formerly known as Prince.
I really wish he was still around.
Me too. I'm going to Minneapolis tomorrow. Maybe I'll see some Prince stuff. All right, question number three. Here's a fun one. Which of the following options is not the name of an actual type of tomato? So if you've ever gardened, right, it's adorable. If you've ever gardened before, you've gone to a nursery to pick up some starting tomato plants, you may have become aware that tomatoes have a lot of different names. Which one of these is not an actual name of a tomato or a type of tomato? Is it beefsteak, early girl, 4th of July, or better man? Sorry, it keeps putting these together and I don't want it to. I don't want to type these 20 times in a row for y'all, but I also want the links to come up correctly here. So I'm just fixing this and putting it back in the chat. There we go. All right, everybody's in. And yeah, okay, everybody knows beefsteak tomatoes. That's good. 2 people said early girl. 4 people said 4th of July. 6 people said, you know what? I bet Ollie was listening to Pearl Jam when he was writing questions earlier. And that's correct. Better Man. It's a fantastic Pearl Jam song, but it is not a tomato yet. Maybe it will be. I'm 34 and I forget how to breathe.
Oh, same, honey. You okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
No. Question number 4. Philippe Petit, the French wire walker, illegally, famously, high wire walked at which New York landmark in 1974? Philippe Petit, illegally high wire walked at which New York landmark in 1974? Very infamously. Was it the World Trade Center, the Brooklyn Bridge, the Statue of Liberty, or the Chrysler Building? All right. There's a fantastic documentary about this actual individual that you can watch. I think it was on Hulu or Amazon Prime. And then there's also a dramumentary, a docudrama, a retelling of the story starring Joseph Gordon-Levitt. If you like him, I'd definitely check it out. Called Man on Wire. That was the World Trade Center. So famously, he walked across a wire suspended between those 2 buildings back in the 70s. Absolutely insane. I don't even like to think about going on my roof to clean gutters. All right, question number 5. In music, popular music, what 4-letter word is defined as a musical or lyrical phrase that stands out and catches the ear of the listener? In music, what 4-letter word is defined as a musical or lyrical phrase that stands out and catches the ear of the listener? Is it a riff, a coda, a hook, or a beat? All right. Let's see who knows their music terminology. I would listen to whatever these cats are creating. It's probably new wave indie music. I don't know. Everybody's in. Blues Traveler.
I don't think it matters.
No, whatever
They're
it
in the
is,
zone.
I would listen to it. Blues Traveler would be happy to tell you the hook. This is the correct answer. The hook brings you in. The hook. Captain Hook. Yeah. All right, that's question 5. We'll take our first look at the standings. I'm going to throw them up on the screen. You'll see where you're at. We'll move on to question number 6 here in just a moment. Currently, in first place is Steffi Starr. Just 10 points ahead of the Cookie Catastrophe. In turn, only 10 points ahead of the Angelicas, Artie and Winnie. We have Mert Werlin in 4th. What's up, the Glovers in 5th? Good to see you. Silencio Bruno in 6th. Merg DeLu in 7th. Hey, Miss Laraca in 8th. Kona's crew in 8th. We have Valis in 10th. Makash in 11th. And Mamalands in 12th. Sorry for any mispronunciations, my friends. Just trying my best while reading the names for the very first time. With that done, let's move on to question number 6. Cats, from both the stage and the screen, is based on the poetry collection called Old Possum's Book of Practical Cats by what American-British writer? Which famous writer gave us Old Possum's Book of Practical Cats? Was it E.E. Cummings, T.S. Eliot, C.S. Lewis, or W.H. Auden? I'll tell you what, whoever it was, they had 2 first initials, or they went by 2 initials. All right. Get those answers in. You have 30 seconds, don't forget. But the quicker you lock it in, the more points you'll earn, which is how we got those 10-point differentials between first, second, and third, because they've answered all of the questions correctly so far. Don't do Taylor dirty with the GIF. I just Googled Cats GIF, and I really don't like James Corden, and he was like 4 of them. The other one, I couldn't even tell what it was. First one I recognized was Taylor, so here we are. Taylor did herself dirty when she joined the cast of Cats, the film. Everybody's in. The correct answer, believe it or not, T.S. Eliot gave us Old Possum's Book of Practical Cats. Question number 7. This is about a band, Simple Minds. Simple Minds, probably best known, not probably, is best known for their hit song, Don't You, parenthetically, Forget About Me. This song was written for which popular 1980s film? What 80s movie are you watching if you hear Don't You Forget About Me? Is it Ferris Bueller's Day Off, The Breakfast Club, St. Elmo's Fire, or Footloose? All right, everybody's in.
We're talking about the butthole version of
Oh, I
thought
just
you were very interested.
chimed in.
Velvet Fruit Loops? Oh, Mert.
One person said St. Elmo's Fire. 11 people correctly said The Breakfast Club. Breakfast Club. Great job. 92% of you got points there. Question number 8. Originally called, believe it or not, the TV Guide Network, which cable channel initially aired the hit series Schitt's Creek in the United States? You might have still seen the logo pop up sometimes. Originally called the TV Guide Network, which cable channel initially aired Schitt's Creek in the United States? Was it Freeform, Pop TV, Fuse TV, or Ion? The Velvet Fruit Loops. I'm never eating Fruit Loops again. Fantastic. All right. Couple seconds left. Don't forget, lock those answers in as quickly as you can. Earn yourself as many points as possible. And let's take a look. 3 people said Ion. 8 people said Pop TV. If I would have been presented with this question, I would have guessed Ion, because Pop TV doesn't sound real, but it is. It is.
I can hear the opening.
Yep, right. Great job. 8 if you got points. Question number 9. In baseball, which position is also known as the hot corner? If you're playing the hot corner, you are playing what position in baseball? Is it third base, first base, shortstop, or second base? The hot corner. I just learned about this today. I did not know. I knew they had numbers, as I learned a few weeks ago. But I just learned today, as 7 of you either guessed well or already knew, that third base is the hot corner. Third base, because the majority of right-handed batters will tend to knock it towards third base when they're hitting. So that's the hot corner. Great job. 7 of you got points. Question number 10. You knew this gift was coming. Known for hit songs like Hips Don't Lie and Waka Waka. From which South American country is pop singer Shakira? Which South American country does Shakira hail from? Is it Frozen? Nope, here we go. Is it Guyana, Bolivia, Colombia, or Venezuela? Today is actually the first day of Hispanic Heritage Month. And I thought that might have been on Google. It is. Ildara Murillo Rode was a Panamanian nurse, academic, and organizational administrator. She founded the National Association of Hispanic Nurses in 1975. So happy first day of Hispanic Heritage Month, my friends. And speaking of, let's take a look here. 3 people said Venezuela. 9 people said Colombia. 9 people were correct. 9 people were correct. Colombia is the correct answer. And that is question 10. So we're going to take a look at the standings. I'll throw Taco up here. I see some questions in the comments. I'm going to look at those. Everybody else, take a look. See where you're at. The Angelicas, Artie, and Winnie have jumped up into first. Steffi Star still in the top 3 in second. And Silencio Bruno is in third. Everybody else, take a look. See where you're at. Pop in the corner of the F. I thought sure. Oh, I didn't even see the pop in the corner, Marcos.
Steph texted me about that too.
Oh, was it right there on the GIF?
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
People who know you thought it was a trick.
Maybe it was a trick. Yeah, no, unintentional tip. Trying to donate, but my PayPal passwords won't work. I don't have Zelle. Do they take Venmo? I'm not sure if we have a Venmo to donate to. If anybody wants to chime in on that, Maribeth or Crystal or Stephanie, anybody that has a Venmo that they could donate to, let us know there in the chat. We'd love to collect as many donations as possible. But with that said, let's move on to question number 11. In 2015, Canadian Chris Hadfield released an album of songs that he wrote that gained popularity specifically because he recorded it in what unique place? Where did Chris Hadfield record the album that he released in 2015, which gained notoriety because of where it was recorded? Where was that? Was it space, Alcatraz, the USS Nautilus submarine, or North Korea? Taco.
Taco is tired because he was a freaking
Barking machine.
insane maniac of anxiety all day, and I gave him CBD, so maybe.
Oh, he does have some CBD in him, doesn't he? All right. Everybody's in. Let's take a look. One person said the USS Nautilus submarine. 3 people said space. 3 people said North Korea. 6 people said The Rock, Alcatraz. And 6 people were wrong. He's an astronaut, Chris Hadfield. He gained popularity because he's been very vocal, and he's on social media, and he talks about space very level with people rather than talking like a scientist or an astronaut. And I think his first really big popular thing is he played the guitar and he sang from the space station, and I think that then snowballed into recording and releasing an album, the only album ever recorded in space so far. Where you at, Bezos? Question 12. Speaking of albums and good music, Simon and Garfunkel contributed both old and new songs to the best-selling soundtrack of which classic 1967 film?
This is a great album.
Was it Cool Hand Luke, Bonnie and Clyde, Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, or The Graduate? All right. Fantastic soundtrack. Interesting movie. Good movie.
Fantastic movie.
It's a pretty good movie. It's not
Agree to
in
disagree.
my top 100 movies. One person said Bonnie and Clyde. One person said, Guess Who's Coming to Dinner. 11 people correctly said, Here's to you, Mrs. Robinson, The Graduate. Correct answer. 85% of you got points there. Fantastic job. Question 13. In the 1985 film, to which year does Marty McFly go back to the future from his present day? I didn't write that well. In which year does Marty McFly go back to in the original Back to the Future film? Starts in 1985 and goes to what year? Was it 1950, 1955, 1960, or 1965? I'm the lone guess who. Plastics. Oh, yeah.
I was obsessed with this movie.
So, an interesting point, because I know you guys love when I point out these type of things. If Back to the Future was made today, Marty McFly would be traveling back to 1991.
Die.
1991, because it was 30 years. He went from 1985 to 1955. Crispy Social. Cheers, everybody. 9 of you got that right. 69% of you got that right.
85, what a great year.
1955. It was a lot of good people born in 1985. Question number 14. Which of the men listed below was the oldest person to sign the Declaration of Independence? They didn't just say we want independence, they declared it. Which of these men was the oldest to sign the Declaration of Independence? Was it Thomas Jefferson, John Adams, Benjamin Franklin, or Samuel Adams? Grunge everywhere. Yeah, Marty travels back to 1991. He just grabs the first flannel shirt he can find and throws it around his waist.
Oh. Maybe like Captain Marvel.
Oh, Captain, you're right. All right, everybody's in. One person said Jean Adams. 2 people said Samuel Adams. 9 people said Benjamin Franklin. 9 people were correct. He was an elder statesman by this time. Benjamin Franklin, the correct answer. Great job. Excuse me. Question 15. So this is not pictured here in the GIF. So don't try to answer this based on what you're seeing, just based on the question. And a stimp meter, S-T-I-M-P meter, a stimp meter, is a measurement device used in which sport? If you're using a stimp meter to measure something, you are playing what sport? Is it field hockey, golf, soccer, or football? I declare independence. There we go. Yeah, we have a Venmo that you can donate to. It's Maribeth's
Crystal.
daughter. Thank you, Crystal. The Venmo info is there for the individual that was asking. B. Kinley. Again. All right. Get those answers locked in. Two people said field hockey. 3 people said football. 8 people said golf. 8 people were correct. A stimp meter.
It makes me think of Ren and Stimpy.
Oh, stimp meter would be off the charts. Yeah, here's a stimp meter. I mean, it just looks like a yardstick
Oh. I expected something a little more high tech.
with a groove in it. Shout out to whoever invented this. I'm sure became a millionaire.
You get hot, buddy.
Great job. That's question 15, so we're going to take a look at those standings as we do. Currently, in first place, oh, Taco's gone. The Angelicas, Artie, and Winnie.
hot.
In second is Steffi Starr, and third, Silencio Bruno. Great job. Oh,
Oh, I did a good job. I
Yeah.
just asked him.
regular camera person over here.
He's a little overheated.
You got a little warm, buddy? Yeah, that's okay. You can lay right there. All right. Everybody should have had a chance to see where they are at. Here, let's move on to question number 16. Sorry, Jess. Question 16, played by Linda Blair in the 1973 movie.
no.
What is the name of the young girl in The Exorcist? I chose the least scary gif I could find.
It's still.
What is the name of the young girl in The Exorcist? Was her name Annabelle, Rachel, Carrie, or Reagan?
I've never seen this movie or read the book. I never will. Yet I know this name.
Right.
burned into my-
Uh-huh. What does a...
We got a plopper.
Oh, cutie.
Here's a fun story. When I was a child, my friend was trying to be an actress, and she was trying out for like a new remake of this movie, and I had to help her run lines as a child, and I was traumatized.
No, thank you. No, thank you. So everybody, for the most part, knew that her name starts with an R. Most of us said either Rachel or Reagan. The correct answer here is Reagan. 8 of you got that right. Reagan. I suggested this name for Abby. Steph turned you down. Yeah.
Turn it on because of this.
Is that why? Crystal and Stephanie not want daughter named after the Exorcist star? Question 17. Oh, just a quick update. The stimp meter measures basically the speed of a putting green. You hold it at an angle and you let a ball roll down, and the further it goes, it tells you how steep and all this crazy stuff. So yeah, now we know. Question 17. This is a current events question. It's just last month. Which popular British actor just recently announced via tweet that he will be playing or voicing Knuckles in the Sonic the Hedgehog movie sequel? First one was great. We're going to get a sequel. Knuckles will be in it. Who is going to provide the voice for Knuckles? Is it Robert Pattinson, Tom Hardy, Idris Elba, or Jason Statham? How good was the Sonic movie, though? I didn't expect
fun.
much. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, that's fun.
All right. Couple more seconds. If you don't peruse Twitter, you don't follow celebrity news, and you have no idea, make sure you guess. Don't leave it blank. Give yourself a shot at getting some points here. One person said Tom Hardy. 2 people each said Jason Statham and Robert Pattinson. 8 people said, I believe, 2018's sexiest man alive, Idris Elba. Great job. 8 of you got that right. Question 18. Which of the following options was not one of the original 8 vegetables in the original V8 juice. Which of these options was not in the original recipe for V8 juice? Was it cabbage, beets, lettuce, or carrots? I color-coded the answers to the vegetables.
Oh, that's really cute.
Yeah, I
like
tried.
that.
As long as we're talking purple cabbage. All right, a couple seconds left. Just give. Stop it, Michael. You're killing him.
It's not me with broccoli. That's stuff.
Yeah, that is Steph. Everybody's in. 4 people said lettuce. That would have been my guess. 3 people said beets. 6 people said cabbage. If I had guessed lettuce, I would have been wrong as well. The correct answer was cabbage. Cabbage, not in the original V8 juice. Question 19. The first coupon or coupon ever created was a paper ticket that would allow you a free glass of what? In 1887. The very first coupon created by which of these companies for a free glass in 1887? Was it Hires Root Beer, Dr. Pepper, Coca-Cola, or Barks Root Beer?
Ooh, this is a fun question.
Thank you. Fun coupons. Remember the Wolf of Wall Street?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
That's an interesting movie.
That is interesting. I went into that theater to watch it not knowing that it was like almost 3 hours long. And I remember it was like a July day, and I went in and it was light out, and I left and it was dark. And it just messed with my head so much because I thought it was going to be like an hour and a half, 2 hours, almost 3 hours long.
Yeah, that'll throw your rhythm off.
We're all over the place here. Understandably, this isn't something that we expect that maybe you always knew, but you're about to learn. 3 people said Hires Root Beer. 4 people said Dr. Pepper. 1 person said
Pepper.
Barks Root Beer. And 5 people said Coca-Cola. 5 people were correct. Coca-Cola. Would have redeemed it for a good sarsaparilla. Question 20. It's another tough one from 1973. In 1973, Elvis, you might have heard of him, became the first solo artist ever to have a concert broadcast around the world. What was the name of that concert? Famous concert, first one ever broadcast all around the world by a solo artist. Was it Elvis, the Comeback King? Elvis, Viva Las Vegas? Elvis, Aloha from Hawaii? Or Elvis, Blue Christmas? Oh, blue Christmas for the blue. Oh, Elvis. Look at him giving a little kiss. All right, everybody's in. We mostly went one of 2 ways. Viva Las Vegas or Aloha from Hawaii. That is the correct answer. Aloha from Hawaii. Correct answer here. Great job. 6 if you got that right. We'll take a look at these standings. We'll see what's going on at the top. Whoa! Look at this. Steffi Star back into first. The Angelicas, Artie, and Winnie in second by exactly 1 point. That's a fifth of a second. That's 0.2 seconds that Steffi Star has answered faster over 20 questions. All right. The taco's falling back asleep, which is the sign that we can get going on question number 21. When it opened in 1967, which of the following Disney rides used actual human skeletons or pieces of them as set decoration? This has since been changed. But when it first opened in 1967, which of these Disney rides used actual human skeletons as decoration? Was it Haunted Mansion,
What?
Pirates of the Caribbean, Tower of Terror, or It's a Small World?
This is so dark.
Yeah.
What if? Oh, oh my god! If it's a small world,
It's a small world.
we're gonna have some issues.
We'll find out.
This is tricky too. It could be any of these, really.
Right.
Except I don't think it's G.
It'd be terrifying. All right. Disney didn't need to go so hard on this one. I think they, at the time, they were probably circumventing having to create fake skeletons. They were like, why make new ones? There's a bunch over here. And what they did is they actually called UCLA, I believe it was UCLA, because this is Disneyland that we're talking about at the time. And they said, hey, can we have some skeletons? Sure, take them.
Can you imagine if, like, you didn't willingly donate your body to Disney and then you ended
And
up...
then, yeah, some guy in the afterlife is looking down like, cool, I'm part of Pirates of the Caribbean. It was Pirates of the Caribbean. There was one part of the ride that had some skeletons, and they were like, you know what, forget it. We're using real ones.
Wow.
That changed pretty quickly. Question
Dark.
22. At McDonald's, this is a real thing. At McDonald's, which of the following options is not one of the official shapes of Chicken McNuggets? If you didn't already know this, they don't just call them all nuggets. At the processing factory, they extrude them into molds of different shapes. Which of these is not an actual shape of a Chicken McNugget? It is a boot, a ball, a barn, or a bell. 3 of these are real chicken nugget shapes. Which is not?
It's crazy how quickly those 2 questions made me very nauseous.
Oh, here we go. So here, and everybody's not in yet. I don't want to give it away. Next time you go to McDonald's and get Chicken McNuggets, you will probably pay attention, especially if you get this one wrong. 4 people said ball, 1 person said bell, 8 people said barn. That would be a pretty fancy Chicken McNugget. That's the correct answer. There is no barn. We have bell, ball, boot,
Bell of the ball.
and bone. I don't know how bone got in there. Boot looks like a boot. Ball looks like a ball. Bell, I guess, looks like a bell. And a bone looks like a bone.
Bone looks like a block.
Oh, wait, look, there's
Bone and bell
a
look the
study.
same.
Apparently, that doesn't equal 100%.
Boot's the best. Not that I eat these, but because you can dip the tip and then dip the other end.
Fair,
in your
fair.
barbecue sauce.
I get the feeling that this survey that I have up on the screen here, option D or E, I guess, would be like, I will never eat a chicken nugget. And that was the other, like, 30% of the answers. Yeah, no, not even close. The rest of them were, I don't eat that.
Wait, there's a picture I want to see.
I'll show you later. Question 23. A much better gift. Since 1900, the year, what continental state, so not including Hawaii, has been home to more powerful earthquakes than any other U.S. state? Which of the following 4 states listed below has been home to more earthquakes of 7.0 magnitude or higher than any other U.S. state? Is it California, Washington, New Mexico, or Alaska? Oh, yeah, King Curtis, the gift there. Chicken nuggets, my family. It's good for me. All right. Everybody's in. 1 person said Washington. 3 people said Alaska. 9 people said California. Correct answer is Alaska. Alaska. Now, certainly, California's earthquakes will tend to be much more devastating. There's a higher population of buildings and people packed in. But Alaska, being the gigantic state that it is, and where it's placed, has seen many, many, many powerful earthquakes. We just don't really hear about them because they don't do much in terms of damage. Question number 24. In the 1997 film My Best Friend's Wedding, which actor played the best friend that Julia Roberts realizes she's in love with? Oh my God. Who played the best friend in My Best Friend's Wedding? Was it Hugh Grant, Rupert Everett, Dylan McDermott, or Dermot Mulroney? What a good list.
What a good romantic comedy.
That's a good movie. That is a good movie.
One of two perfect ones in my.
Harry Met Sally?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, what she's having. That line.
I fast forward through that part. 'Cause I
It's
can't watch
hard
it
to
anymore.
watch, yeah.
I've seen it too many times.
All right, everybody's in, everybody's in, everybody's in. We went 3 ways. Everybody knows it's not Rupert Everett. 3 people said Hugh Grant. 5 people said the name that I get mixed up with Dermot Mulroney all the time, but the correct answer is Dermot Mulroney. What a name. What a name. Good job. 5 people got that right. What a hunk. Question 25. One more baseball question. What is the MLB record? Looking for a number here, but it's multiple choice. Don't worry. For the most home runs hit in a single season, currently held by Barry Bonds. Barry Bonds holds the record most home runs in a single season with how many? Is it 68, 70, 73, or 75? All right. Yeah, Chris, I was wondering about the asterisk, but when I was looking everything up, he's still listed. He still holds it. Because when I love, as you guys have probably noticed over the last few years, I love trivia questions about records like this. He's at the top with 73. 73. Sammy Sosa finished second in the season that he set this record with, I believe, like not even close, like 64, which is still an incredible amount. All right, we're going to roll right on through this. I'm going to keep you guys in suspense on the standings. What iconic character in Lewis Carroll's Alice's Adventures in Wonderland is known primarily for disappearing and leaving only a distinctive, mischievous grin? Is it the Cheshire Cat, the White Rabbit, the Queen of Hearts, or the Mad Hatter? He holds it, but he did cheat. Yeah, oh, for sure. For sure.
Look at her eyes in this. I never really realized.
Super blue? Bright.
Super dilated.
Well,
tiny pupils,
she's
actually.
drinking all those potions.
Yeah, it's just, I never realized how eerie she looked.
All right. Everybody's in. We did not particularly struggle here. The correct answer is the Cheshire Cat. Great job. Question number 27. With a career spanning over 6 decades, singer Barbra Streisand also has a Best Actress Academy Award under her belt. For which film? Barbra Streisand, Barbara, won Oscar for Best Actress for which film? Was it What's Up, Doc? The Way We Were, Funny Girl, or A Star Is Born? Barbara. Barbara.
She's not
So, but I'm
Barbara.
saying,
Oh.
should we be saying Barbara?
No, it's Barbara.
Other Barbaras.
Oh.
Barbaras.
Like
Should I be
Barbara Ann.
enunciating that other A?
Yes.
Next time I meet a Barbara. Hello, Barbara.
Ugh, some great movies in here, too.
Yeah, right. 6 people said A Star Is Born. Don't make me cry. 8 people said Funny Girl, which is correct. Funny Girl. Correct answer here. Question 28. Hot dogs are a summertime barbecue staple. Which of these popular brands of hot dogs uses the slogan, "We answer to a higher authority"? Which of these popular brands of hot dogs uses the slogan, "We answer to a higher authority"? Is it Hebrew National, Ballpark, Oscar Mayer, or Nathan's?
Did you see the thing on the Try Guys today? Like, what kids are calling hot dogs now?
No.
It's like Glizzies or glimsies or something.
Glizzies?
I'll find it for
I
you.
got it.
Okay. It's not
Slang for hot dog. Glizzy.
glizzy.
What is a glizzy? It's a slang term for a gun in Washington, D.C., but according to Hip Hop DX, that's a good YouTube channel, it became a nickname for hot dogs because the length...
Okay, maybe.
The length of the hot dog is similar to the extended clip of a gun. That's why we started calling them glizzies.
I would like to reject this whole thing.
What happened?
I'm way too old for that.
Can't we just call them Franks? Hebrew national is the correct answer, answering to a higher authority. Great job. Question 29. Capitalizing on the Chop Saki film craze, who topped the charts in 1974 with a song we've all heard at least 1 million times, Kung Fu Fighting? Who told us all that everybody was Kung Fu fighting? Was it the Tramps, the Tuarez, the Village People, or Carl Douglas? Barbara Bush. Yeah, Barbara. Ba, Barbara. Is that right? Barbara.
Barbara. Okay.
Barbara. I'm going to be stuck on that for a while. All right. We are getting these answers in, and we are all over the place. Let's see. 2 people said the Tramps. 3 people said Tavares. 4 people said the Village People. 5 people, completing our beautifully inclining bar graph, said Carl Douglas. And Carl Douglas is the correct answer. Carl Douglas. Great job. Question 30. Which version of the following listed Microsoft Windows operating systems is the oldest? Which of these Microsoft Windows operating systems was released first? Is it Windows Me, Windows Vista, Windows XP, or Windows 7? Excuse me. Which of these is the oldest? All right. Everybody's in. Windows Vista. 1 person said Windows 7. 3 people guessed. 4 people said XP. 5 people said Windows Me. Me was short for Millennium, if you will, which is the correct answer. Now, these were all released back to back. It was Me, and then XP, and then Vista, and then 7. So none of these were bad guesses.
I'm not gonna lie, I can be transparent. I never even heard of Windows Me. What's wrong with me?
You didn't know about Windows Me. How many European countries share a border with Germany? A land border. I don't think Germany really has a water border there. How many European countries share a land border with Germany? Is it 6, 7, 8, or 9?
Where's Marcus?
Yeah.
Probably
Run
daddy.
into the shower curtain. Oh, it's got, we're not including water borders to the north. We're including land borders only. All right, everybody's in. Let's take a look. Ba-ba-ba-ba. Well, Germany shares borders with Denmark, Poland and the Czech Republic, Switzerland, Austria, France, Belgium, Luxembourg, and the Netherlands. That is 9 countries. 9 countries. 9 European countries, I guess you'd say. Great job. Question number 32. Also, a successful Hollywood actress herself, who is the daughter of Goldie Hawn. Who's Goldie Hawn's famous actress daughter? Is it Kate Hudson, Kate Bosworth, Kate Upton, or Kate Beckinsale? Everyone just ran to their bathroom. Yeah, we put up the geography shower curtain that was at the Begatrix community party. So it's like you guys are all showering with us every day.
I didn't know there was a place in Canada called Dawson Creek.
Oh, really?
Until the shower curtain.
There's a place in Canada called Flin Flon. You see that on there?
No.
Flin Flon is a mining city located on the correction line on the border of the Canadian provinces of Manitoba and Saskatchewan. Flin Flon. I want to move there just to say I live in Flin Flon. No struggles here. Kate Hudson, the correct answer. Question 33. It's a multi-layered question. This is a tough one. The official currency of which country would score the most in a game of Scrabble? I've got them listed below. You just have to tell me which of these names, which of these currencies would score the most in a game of Scrabble. We're just talking about the name of the currency, not the name of the country. Is it the Angola Kwanza, the Guatemala Quetzal, the Mongolia Togrog, or the Poland Zloty? Which of these would score you the most points if you spelled it out playing Scrabble? All right. If you know the value of the Scrabble tiles, it would certainly help you here. There are only 2 tiles that are worth 10 points, which is the highest, and that is a Q and a Z. The Guatemala Quetzal has both of those letters, giving it a big old jump start on scoring you the most points. Great job, anybody that put B. We just have a couple questions left, my friends. Pop icon. You might have heard of him. Michael Jackson's hair famously caught fire during the filming of a 1984 commercial for what beverage? He was shooting a commercial for what beverage? Was it Pepsi, 7-Up, Dr. Pepper, or Coca-Cola? There are no umlauts in Scrabble. True? There are no umlauts in Scrabble. You could draw them on there if you want. Just add it when you play. All right, no struggles here. We remember this. All right, everybody's in the correct answer. Everybody got it. Pepsi. Choice of a new generation. Question 35. Michael J. Fox was a star of both 80s television and film. We've already talked about him a little bit tonight, but which of the following films did not star Michael J. Fox? Which of these films listed below did not star Michael J. Fox? Was it Doc Hollywood, Back to the Future Part 2, The Secret of My Success, or Teen Wolf 2? Do you know what Michael J. Fox's middle name is?
Mm-mm.
Andrew.
Why J?
Because he's Canadian, and he thought that if he went into show business, people would say Michael A. Fox.
Oh, that's
Michael
sad.
A. Fox.
Oh, but Michael J. Fox is a nice ring
Michael
to
J.
it.
Fox sounds great.
We should do a Back to the Future marathon.
Okay. Everybody's in. 2 people said Doc Hollywood. 3 people said The Secret of My Success. 7 people correctly said Teen Wolf 2. Final question, my friends. Number 36. To win in the game pictured here, you have to complete your circle with 6 different wedges. What game are you playing if these are the primary pieces of the game? Looking at the picture here, what game are you playing? Is it Settlers of Catan, Cranium, Trivial Pursuit, or Piece of the Pie? This is the final question, my friends. So before we do the answers to this and go over the final standings, I just want to say thank you one more time to everybody for being here tonight virtually. Thank you to Maribeth for setting this event up to support the Kiwanis and everything you do with that organization. Thank you to everybody that's donated tonight to help them complete those goals that they have. If you haven't yet donated but you'd like to, those links once again are in the description of this video just down below if you're on the computer. They're also in the chat if you scroll through that. But with that said, let's go over these answers. Correct answer to this one is Trivial Pursuit. You got to answer a question from each category. Get all your slices there. That's it, my friends. That's the final question. All we have left to do is look at the final standings, see who ended up with the most points. Checking in on Taco. He is passed out still, but believe me when I say he's rooting for everyone. Rootin' tootin'. And he's happy with you, whether you got first or last. So here we go, my friends. The final standings this evening. In first place, Steffi Star edged out the Angelicas, Artie and Winnie barely by 78 points. 78 points. Less, just about a half a question's worth over the entire game. They scored the exact same number of questions correctly, which means Steffi Star just answered a little bit faster. Silencio Bruno with a fantastic third place finish. Thank you to everybody else that joined after the game started here. I see more names now than we had at the beginning, so that's fantastic to see. Thank you so much. But that's all for tonight, folks. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks for supporting Maribeth and the Kiwanis, and thank you so much for supporting Baig Tricks. Until next time, my friends, be safe. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other, and we'll see you for more trivia very soon.
Wash your damn hands.
Wash your damn hands. Bye.